Torn from the fiery pages of the mightiest annals of the West comes the supreme saga in the great tradition of frontier drama.
Schwarzes.
I'm gonna let you guys in on something. Mel Brooks is absolutely my favorite director of all time. He's made some of the all-time funniest movies, and one of my favorites, and easily his most important, is the 1974 Western send-up, Blazing Saddles. This film flipped comedy on its ear, bringing a style of humor to film that had really only been seen in cartoons or maybe sketch comedies. But it's grown a bit of a stigma over the years, with a lot of people, including Brooks himself, claiming that in the current quote-unquote overly PC society we live in, Blazing Saddles simply wouldn't get made today. And with all due respect to Mel Brooks, these people are wrong. Blazing Saddles absolutely could get made today. Okay, I'm gonna immediately contradict myself and say, obviously Blazing Saddles wouldn't get made today because it's a film from 1974. I don't think a single film from 1974 could get made today. Not only would a parody of Western films from the 60s and 70s be pretty pointless, the cultural references and social commentary just don't make as much sense in 2018 as they did in the 70s. Plus, the parody genre has changed a lot since Brooks revolutionized it in the 70s. But I get the sense this isn't what people mean by Blazing Saddles couldn't get made today. I think the problem arises from,
Nigger.
Yeah, that. So let's break down Blazing Saddles to its most essential elements. What we're looking for is a comedy, specifically a send-up of old westerns, about a former slave teaming up with a white guy in a racist pre-Civil War society that contains prominent use of the N-word. If only there were a movie that fit these three criteria that has come out in the last 10 years. 2012 Best Picture nominee Django Unchained. Like, come on, did you guys just not see this movie? And yeah, a lot of people weren't happy with Django's excessive use of the N-word, but it got made, didn't it? Guess what? Blazing Saddles was pretty controversial when it came out too. That's the problem with this argument. Saying Blazing Saddles couldn't get made today assumes that Blazing Saddles was the norm, like everyone was completely okay with this film. Movies will always push societal norms. They're not gonna shy away from a topic, or even worse, a single word, because of social stigma. What's more, there's this underlying suggestion that Blazing Saddles couldn't get made now because it's offensive. But no, not really. Yeah, there's a lot of racist characters, but you know what happens to all the racist people? They either have a change of heart and help the black sheriff, or get defeated by the black sheriff. And while I'm sure there are still people who would call it offensive, these people are stupid and irrational. Any rational person can comprehend what this film means and how not racist it really is. There are plenty of things that wouldn't get made today because of how offensive they are. Things like the cartoon Coal Black and the Seven Dwarves, or that one scene from Lady and the Tramp. But for the love of God, can we please leave Blazing Saddles off this list? These are relics of the past that are best left in the past. This is a brilliant movie that changed societal norms, and I hope to see many more films like Blazing Saddles in the future.